What exactly is the origin of the Jufu sword? And what relationship does it have with the Renegade Immortal sword? Just how powerful is the Zhan Luo art hidden within it? Why can it make even Kuai realm experts tremble in fear? Today's video, we'll talk about the Jufu sword, a weapon that runs through more than 600 chapters of the original novel, and uncover the secrets hidden behind it. In the animation, the Jufu sword is only briefly mentioned. We only know that it is an imitation of the Renegade Immortal sword. Wang Lin had already seen it back when he was in the xianxia sect. However, in the original novel, the Jufu sword is described much more extensively. Many hints were repeatedly planted about it. It was not until Wang Lin battled the Phantom Clan ancestor that its secret was finally revealed. The Jufu sword first appeared when Wang Lin was still in the xianxia sect. Following the order of his master, Sun Dazhu, Wang Lin went to the Sword Spirit Pavilion to obtain a flying sword, so he could show it off during the sect exchange gathering. Wang Lin immediately took a liking to the Jufu sword. The sword looked like a rectangular door panel. Its blade was forged from the most ordinary pig iron, but it was coated with a thick layer of gold. 2 huge diamonds were embedded in the handle, and even the sword tassel was woven with golden threads. From its appearance alone, it gave off an overwhelming aura of wealth, perfectly matching the name Jufu Great Wealth. The reason Wang Lin chose it was simply because he planned to sell it someday if he ran out of money. Little did he know that this sword contained an immense opportunity. Later, during the Battle of Juming Valley, the Jufu sword disappeared along with Wang Lin's storage bag. As time passed, Wang Lin gradually forgot about the sword. It was not until he killed the giant demon ancestor and returned to the state of Zhao that the truth began to surface. When Wang Lin returned to the ruins of the xianxia sect to reminisce about the past, he discovered a skeleton in a corner. From the jade slip beside it, he learned the secret of both the skeleton's owner and the Jufu sword. The skeleton belonged to an elder of the xianxia sect. His cultivation was only at the great perfection of qi condensation. When he turned 80 years old, he dreamed that he was the reincarnation of a remnant sword spirit. From that moment onward, he became obsessed with forging the sword from his dream. However, even after 10 years, he achieved nothing, until the day the xianxia sect faced a catastrophic disaster and was on the verge of being destroyed. At that moment, the old man abandoned all rare materials and forged a great sword purely from mortal iron. He then melted gold and coated it onto the blade, causing the sword to shine brilliantly with golden light. The moment he picked up the Jufu sword, his body suddenly lost control. He rushed out from the forging area and resolved the great calamity of the xianxia sect. Afterward, the old man died with a smile, leaving behind a sword art sealed within the Jufu sword, waiting for a destined person in the future to uncover its secret. At this time, Wang Lin discovered that the Jufu sword looked exactly the same as the Renegade Immortal sword. Therefore, he speculated that within the old man's soul was a fragment of the Renegade Immortal sword's shattered sword spirit. That meant the sword art stored within the Jufu sword must be extraordinary. So, Wang Lin immediately went to Juming Valley to search for the sword. However, after 500 years of erosion, a sword forged from mortal iron was unlikely to still exist. Wang Lin searched the spatial rifts for half a month, but found nothing. In the end, he could only reluctantly give up, until the time when Wang Lin was about to enter the land of monster spirits. The abyss of the tide's end suddenly drew countless ownerless treasures into the land of monster spirits. Among them, the Immortal Mansion token attracted the attention of many powerful cultivators. At that moment, Wang Lin also caught sight of the Jufu sword. It only flashed briefly, before disappearing into the crimson light, but that was enough to make Wang Lin's eyes shine sharply. When the Jufu sword appeared again, it was during the scene in the animation, when Zhou Yi brought Wang Lin to retrieve the sword. As the current sword spirit of the Renegade Immortal sword, Zhou Yi naturally knew the origin of the Jufu sword, and with Zhou Yi's help, Wang Lin finally obtained the sword, and also acquired the Zhan Luo art stored within it. The Zhan Luo art is an extremely powerful sword technique, inherited from ancient sword intent. It does not slash the physical body. Instead, it specifically cuts through restrictions and formations. It contains an incredibly powerful force of rules. Wang Lin first used it during his battle with the Phantom Clan ancestor. At that time, Wang Lin was only at the early Ascendant stage, while the Phantom Clan ancestor had just fallen from the Queenie realm. Yet with a single strike of the Zhan Luo art, Wang Lin split open the Phantom Clan's protective formation that had been passed down for 10,000 years. This shows just how terrifying its power truly is. The rule power contained within the Zhan Luo art can make even Queenie realm experts tremble. After all, the goal of cultivators in the second step of cultivation is precisely the comprehension of rules. However, when the Zhan Luo art is used during the Ascendant stage, the price it demands is enormous. The technique draws directly upon a cultivator's vital energy and spiritual essence, rapidly draining the body and the primordial spirit. Each strike may only last a brief moment, but the cost behind that single sword is enough to exhaust even a powerful cultivator. For someone at Wang Lin's level at the time, every use of the technique was a gamble, one that could leave him severely weakened if the battle dragged on. This is because the Zhan Luo art is not an ordinary sword technique. Hidden within it is a fragment of ancient rule power, something that cultivators normally cannot touch until they step into the second step of cultivation. The Ascendant stage is simply not meant to wield such power freely. When Wang Lin forces the technique to manifest before reaching that level, he is essentially borrowing strength beyond his realm, compressing an immense force into a single decisive strike. Only after Wang Lin successfully breaks through into the second step, the stage where cultivators begin to comprehend the laws and rules of the world, will he truly be able to unleash the full potential of the Zhan Luo art. At that point, the technique will no longer feel like a dangerous burden, but rather a natural extension of his own Dao. Its power will flow through him smoothly, and the terrifying rule energy contained within the strike will become far easier to control. Yet even before reaching that stage, the Zhan Luo art already demonstrates terrifying might. A single sword strike is capable of severing ancient restrictions, shattering powerful formations, and splitting apart defensive arrays that have stood for thousands of years. Few techniques possess such specialized destructive force. Because of this, until Wang Lin eventually reaches the third step of cultivation, the Zhan Luo art will remain one of his most fearsome hidden weapons, a trump card that he only reveals at the most critical moments. Whenever this sword is drawn and the ancient sword intent erupts, it signals that the battle has reached its decisive point, and that someone is about to fall beneath Wang Lin's blade.